Working my way up to assistant manager it was tough. I started off as a receptionist while I was still in hair school. I started off, just coming in on weekends. And then I went from the receptionist to the stylist in February 2013. And then while I was a stylist, I believe in October, I became the assistant manager in 2013. And I just, worked my best and worked my hardest to try, while I was there, to try to be the best I could. When I found out that I was HIV positive, it was July 24th, and it was right before I had to go to work. I remember waking up early that day and going to Whitman Walker, and they gave me a prick 20-minute test, and 20 minutes later, the guy was like, I hate to tell you, you're HIV positive, but, you're HIV positive. And it was hard. It was really is and still is a hard pill to swallow still because it's a new diagnosis. I didn't really have time to take everything in the same day because I didn't have time to myself because I found out and then had to go straight to work. Going to work, I was like extremely emotional, like crying, and it was times when I felt like I couldn't catch my breath because I was crying so much. I got headaches. I was like, I'm crying so much, I'm getting headaches. So my manager asked me what was wrong, and she was like, well, what's wrong? And I was like, I just found out I was HIV positive. And her response to me was, well, what have you been doing? And I couldn't even fathom anything to say because I just felt like she slapped me in the face. Like, you have no sympathy or anything. You're just like trying to say that I did this to myself, like on purpose. It was actually like, it was like 2 weeks. So 2 weeks passed, and then one day I woke up, had a nice, good breakfast, and I'm on my way to work. When I get to work, I'm approached by 2 people from Hair Cuttery's corporate Ratner office, and they asked me if I was Brandon, and I'm like, yes I am, and they said, we need to speak to you. So they pulled me next door into the Subway sandwich shop, which is 2 doors down. They gave me papers saying that the only reason that I was fired was because I had HIV, not because I was always late or always absent, not because of behavioral issues, but I was terminated for having HIV. This experience over the last month and a half to 2 months has been extremely traumatic. It's been stressful. Sometimes I feel, I really feel alone sometimes because I have a family at home. I have an extended, huge family. But when you work with people and you've been with a company for so long, a 2-year span, that's a long time for a job. And eventually, those people become your family. And not only that, but to be able to think that you can confide in someone who says that they're your friend as well as your manager, and then they betray you the way that they do, and then it results in you being terminated and then having financial issues, and then, you crying at night because you're wondering, what are you gonna do now? Who can you talk to? It's extremely depressing. I'm taking action more so because I feel like I was wronged. A lot of people will look at it and, just take what happens to them and not do anything about it. But it was morally wrong. And I can't sit back and, let this potentially happen to someone else and let them go through what I'm going through. Because I wouldn't want anybody to feel how I feel sometimes when I wake up. So I felt like I had to stand up and, be a voice and let it be known that this can't happen to other people. The only thing that I would say to Hair Cuttery is You know, I am thankful. I would never, bash or down talk the company. I am thankful for what they have done for me, as well as far as, building me to be the stylist that I am today. But I do want them to know that they're wrong for what they did. I want to travel the world, see different places, like go to Europe, Japan, LA, New York, learn different hair trends, come back to Maryland, DC area, and I want to open up my own chain of salons down here. And I want to be like the best of the best in this area. And eventually, get them all over the country.